You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu. Montel, is that you?
What's up, Polo? How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. This is episode 122 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, this is brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com. Use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by Don'tTalkShop.com. Go to Don'tTalkShop.com. Check out the store. Pretty dope stuff in there as well. It's also brought to you by our Patreon producers. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the monitor for that far away because I'm chilling. AB Aaron Brown, Dre to go G. Ked the Pro, Chaotic Culture Podcast. Make sure you check them out. Follow them on Twitter. Explicitly, Monique Williams, Nachi. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. You know what? I'm also give a shout out to our other Patreon supporters just because we love you so much. Blandame Podcast, Moody, MJ3, Worst Generation Podcast, Alan, Crystal, Cryfu, and Rob J. Thank y'all so much for supporting the podcast. We love y'all so very much. It means the everlasting world to us. Let me tell you, that should mean so much to us. You just don't understand. Also, make sure you guys rate us on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu. Follow us on Instagram at Mic Check Waifu. And make sure you listen to this podcast every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting us. I know I'm CST, but for some reason my PC still thinks I'm EST, so it posts.
It's gonna take a minute to adjust.
My computer just don't post it at the right time, so it posts an hour early if you CST. So check that out. Hey, this podcast, we got a lot of good stuff for you today. Now, last week we talked about the fall season. We pretty much covered almost every fall show that we're watching. We're gonna talk about it a little bit later from a question we got from Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu, like I said earlier. But we're going to read some questions. We're going to discuss these questions in great detail as well. Let's talk some shows. Tell real quick, before it gets crack-a-lagging.
Yep.
What was your show of the week this week?
Sheesh. It's between the Faraway Paladin and Sakugan.
Okay.
The Sakugan is the mech-ish anime, but is not really mech. It's more like a little bit more story-driven. There's mech stuff in it, but you know.
Oh, man. I watched so much shit. So much shit, Montel.
What you watched, bro? What was your episode of the week? Let's hear it.
Hard to say, because there was a lot of good episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to have to go with this new one I watched. Not really new, but because I watched it last week, but I didn't talk about it last week. That's Comey Can't Communicate.
Okay, I've been hearing a lot of buzz about that.
I love it. It's so good. It is so good. Very, very interesting concept. I want to see where it goes, because the concept of it is about a girl who has a crippling social anxiety. So it's like she literally can't talk at all to anyone, period. So whenever it comes down to talking, she literally freezes up and can't say a fucking word. But she's like the most beautiful girl in school. She's the most like just astoundingly gorgeous. Like everybody's scared to even like approach her because she looks so pretty. But they don't realize that she just has this crippling anxiety, like where she just can't talk to people. But you find out that she just really wants to become friends with as many people as she can, but can't because of her problem. And then of course our main character is a part of that. He's like this super plain dude that has to that is literally just like he's trying to be like the background character of an anime. Basically, that's his goal, to just play the background of this super famous high school and just chill. But of course, he gets sat next to her, learns about her depression, learns about her anxiety, and tries to help her through it. So it's a good show.
And you know, that's a lot of people for real. 100%. Like a lot of people have that like, I don't personally have like social anxiety, but I did develop a little bit of anxiety when I became a dad in terms of like, I always think about how to protect like my kids and my wife and stuff when we go out. And I think you might have seen this before, even when I became a dad, because I remember going to a club with you one time and I didn't even party really because I just sat back and chilled.
The only time I've ever seen you with anxiety.
Because I'm like with all of my people, but it was something in my mind that was just like, I feel like I need to just be prepared to leave if something happens with all my people. And, you know, it could just be years of fighting and being prepared to fight. But at some point, you know, it just had to be what it is. But that's something that a lot of people probably relate to, right? Just because they have that idea of they want to have friends. They want to get out and be social. They want to be active. But that anxiety won't let you always. It won't let you be what you always say you might want to be because you have that anxiety. Yeah,
trust me. I know it all too well. I I just feel like this show is really, really, really good at doing it. But it's like, with the problem with it, the only problem I have with it, and this is extremely an extreme case, it's just the fact that it's so dramatized, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's so, she hasn't said a word in 2 episodes, like not one word.
It sounds like that's what it's supposed to be.
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. So where it's super interesting, but the problem is like, it's not, I had never, maybe it's possible. Maybe this type does exist. But I feel like it could, I mean, I feel like it could do a little bit better job. But I don't think that's the point. I think it's a comedy that's supposed to be funny and just slightly relatable. So let me not push too many bars on it. But I do love it so far. Like, absolutely love it. Like, if I'm talking high 8s for me right now, it's that good.
For sure, already.
Very pretty. Very, very, very pretty show. Some laugh out loud funny moments. And
relatable.
And very relatable.
How are the characters? You liking the characters so far?
Yeah, I do like the main character. I do like his method. He's like, yo, I'm just trying to chill. That's it. I ain't trying to do nothing, man. I'm just happy to be in this high school, and I'm just trying to do my thing. But he obviously can't because it's kind of thrown on him.
And I gotta ask, just because it's about communication, how's that sound design? How's the voice actors? Just everything overall.
It's not really that prevalent.
Okay.
It's not, I don't think it's supposed to. Like,
yeah, because communication is not important, but that's good sound design. If it's not supposed to be super prevalent and out there, it's good sound design to let it recede a bit. Yeah,
if you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it's just like any other anime, to be honest.
Okay.
Excuse me, I do love the music though. This is the second week I almost died from my spit, by the way. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my throat.
It's because it's supposed to be one of those episodes, and you ain't doing one of those poses. You ain't got your feet up.
That's where you're wrong. Okay, my feet is literally up right now on the desk.
I can't see your feet.
I'm chilling. I'm in a more of a relaxed state. The problem is I drank some coffee at 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. Might not been a good idea, but you know what? That's okay. I'm ready to bring it this episode. I got a lot to bring. Let's shout out to those watching the video version of this podcast on our Patreon, patreon.com/mightcheckwaifu. Anyway, we got some questions from Twitter.
Let's do it.
Shout out to Twitter. I actually, for the first time ever in my Twitter career, and I've been on Twitter since 2009, I use bookmarks this time.
Let's go. See, look, I've been saying bookmark the questions. We finally in there.
And I'm there. I ain't never did that shit before since 2009. It's crazy. We're gonna start off with this first question by Scuba Steve. He says, ask other this, but would love to ask other this. No, wait, would like to fuck? Wait, what a minute, pause. Scuba Steve says, ask the others, but would like to ask y'all as well. When MC, Ichigo, Naruto, Luffy. Oh, sorry, I fell asleep during this question. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing, Steve. I love you, man. When Ichigo, Naruto, Luffy, or something has an he about to die moment or a dead moment, does it feel lackluster to you? Like Yuji and JJK dying, in quotes. We knew he wasn't dead because he's the main character. Does this feel like a waste to you? The the reason why I played the sleeping card there, like I fell asleep during your question, Steve, is because I feel like this is to be expected in anime, right? I think it's necessary in an anime to give some semblance of risk. And I feel like the way you do it is where it matters the most. The way they did it in Jujutsu Kaisen, amazing. I think it was incredible. I think it was the best done between these shows. The way they did it in One Piece, I think was terrible. And I'm talking the Alabasta arc where he basically was supposed to die versus Crocodile. In Naruto, what was that moment? Something to do with the Nine-Tailed Fox, right?
Did he really have an almost dead moment?
Yeah, I think so. When the Nine-Tailed Fox became super.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When he got taken over by that. The Ichigo moment was cool. It was done well enough. Was it a waste? I don't think so. I don't think each time it was a waste because, like I said, I think it's necessary in all MMOs, in all anime. What you think, Joe?
All right. So, my opinion, similar to Polo's, maybe I think Luffy had a good one when he was fighting before they got to the big Marineford War arc. Okay. When he was fighting and he was poisoned and he was about to die there. I think that was a better version of Luffy almost dying.
Forgettable because I don't even remember that shit.
Yeah, I thought it was better, but it is 100% about how you do it because JJK 100% made it feel like there was a lot of risk involved with
because he was
what
dead.
Happened with Yuji. Yeah, he was actually dead, and it caught everyone off guard. Right? Yeah. It was how it was done, and then like even you have anime like ReZero, where we don't know, like we know that he's gonna come back to life if he dies, but there's risk involved with every death. We don't know if he's gonna be able to actually solve the problem he's trying to solve if he dies. So did the death have impact? That kind of stuff. So I'm gonna be real. Ichigo dying isn't gonna impact me because I feel like I already know. Naruto dying in something not gonna impact me because I feel like I already know.
I agree.
Somebody like Jiraiya, who is a main character but is still a side character dying, that hit hard because they were very prominent in the story. They just weren't the character in the title, you know?
Right.
So that's a thing. But yeah, no. It's all about how it's done, how it's received by the viewer. And if you have poor delivery, then that's just gonna be trash.
Die moment that felt lackluster for you.
Sheesh, what gotta think about? I'm trying to think which one had that real like die moment that was lackluster. Soul Eater with Medusa.
Absolutely.
But she wasn't the main character, but you know.
Yeah. If you want to talk about main characters, for me the lackluster one was the Ichigo one, I guess. But I felt like it was still done decently. But side characters, the lackluster one for me was Ace. I think that shit was whack. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of you One Piece fans are gonna hold me for that, but that one was just out. It was dry as fuck for me.
Good one. You read Chainsaw Man. I thought the one in Chainsaw Man was pretty good. How they did it.
Yeah, that was real good actually. That's like the first 10 chapters.
It was the first chapter.
It's true. It was the first.
Sorry for the spoiler.
They know it. Yeah, that was real good. That was a good one. All right. Thanks, Steve. We appreciate you.
AB, let's go on your question.
I just was fucking with Steve. AB got a good one. So a few video game questions this week. Do you have a 10 out of 10 video game? What is your comfort game you always go back to? And what's more important in the game to y'all? Story, gameplay, graphics, or fun factor? All right, we're going to start off one at a time. Let me break it down one at a time.
Let's do the 10 out of 10. Let's do the 10 out of 10 game last.
Okay, 10 out of 10 game is going to be last. What is your comfort game you always go back to?
Right now, I have two comfort games. It is TFT and League of Legends and Apex Legends.
For me, it will be Mirror's Edge It's my comfort game. And a game I always go back to, probably Final Fantasy. Yeah, definitely Final Fantasy 14.
100%.
100%. And what is more important to you in a game? Story, gameplay, graphics, or fun factor?
Because if this was me before I became an adult and had less time, 100% it would be story and fun factor. Like I used to love Twisted Metal because I just love turning on a game, going into the car, and then shooting shit up. And then like my favorite game of all time is Kingdom Hearts, and that was more story oriented. So I love that.
I'm just
Hold on, we're not starting. We're not doing that.
I'm just being an asshole. I'm so sorry.
Oh man!
I'm
If y'all
awesome.
see Polo screen turn off, it's because I popped up. That is how to unplug this power. But yeah, nah. Right now, it's really just like, can I play against people? If I can beat people, then that's all I care about right now.
So gameplay, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about graphics. For me, I have to say, for me, probably story is the most important. Because I'm playing games like, obviously, Final Fantasy 14, Tales of Arise, Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Those are the type of games I find to be important. And those stories are crazy good. Like, I enjoy twists and turns and shit.
He ain't played none of those games.
I've been playing all them good. What are you talking about? Fun factor? Yeah, I guess that's fun. That's important to me too, because I fucking hate it. The
But
last
a good story is fun though, right?
no.
I mean, I don't mean like fun in terms of like, oh my god, I'm so excited to play this game. But like, you know, sometimes it break you down a little bit.
I'm about to break this down with you right now. I did not play Last of Us because the story was fun. The gameplay isn't fun. Nothing about Last of Us is fun at all. 0% fun. I promise you, 0. But I was compelled to see where the story was going to take me. Did I like the story? Fuck no, I did not. I was definitely compelled to see where it was going though. So I played all 30 hours of it. Fuck. But the story, and you want to talk about good story? Now, 10 out of 10 game for me, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. My 10 out of 10 game goes to Tsushima. Fucking love that game. Story incredible.
You said everything great about that game.
Story's incredible. Graphics are phenomenal. Gameplay is some of the best fucking gameplay I've played in a very, very long time. And it's just great. Ghost of Tsushima is a 10 out of 10 game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say a good game.
No, great game.
Yeah, okay. My 10 out of 10 game is Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. It was a DS game, but it was the best story in my opinion of all the Kingdom Hearts games, where you got to know about some of those side characters and stuff. It was just the relationships in that story alone beat everything, but it also introduced a lot of the mechanics that are into like the better like driven games now. So all the mechanics with like how you would fight enemies and bosses and stuff like that, that make the gameplay feel smoother. This DS game introduced those before it hit the actual consoles really. So
I agree with that, because that was the only DS game I had for a very, very long time before I left my DS, coincidentally enough, in Texas. But
in Texas, bro.
I lost a lot of shit here. No, to be true with you, I'm gonna just be real with you, and this is just a side tangent. When I first played Kingdom Hearts, I would never forget. It was over my Grandpa Bob house. Love you, Grandpa Bob. It was my, I guess you can call it my aunt. My aunt was pretty much the same age as me. She had a PlayStation 2 and she had Kingdom Hearts. I put it in and played the beginning of it and thought it was the most incredible shit ever. Now, mind you, this is when it first came out.
Is it 2?
No, Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was the most incredible shit ever. Played through the whole game, beat it. Played Kingdom Hearts, loved it. Thought it was just so good. I thought it was so fucking good until Sephiroth, and I could never beat Sephiroth. And I moved on with my life. I thought it was so good. Then fast forward about 8 years or so. Yeah, 8 or 9 years or so. I tried to play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 again. That shit, those games in actual game form, story and all, are actually trash. If you look at it objectively, they're real bad games as far as all of it is concerned. Story, I mean, obviously the graphics, but the graphics aren't important. But gameplay of it was awful. It was bad. It's just a bad game. But nostalgia wins, because when I turned that shit on, my heart sank. I felt like I felt like I was literally transported into time when I was first playing it, and I was so in love with it. I thought it was just the greatest shit ever. And then I'm like, man, I love this game, but it's so bad. It sucks so fucking bad. And then I moved on in my life and learned that
100%. Kingdom Hearts 1. Oh yeah. Kingdom Hearts 1 had the worst mechanics in the world. The camera mechanics were horrible.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts 2 fixed some of that and then made things a little bit smoother, but it wasn't perfect yet. Story wise, the entire story of Kingdom Hearts is very fragmented, except for like 358-2 or over 2, because it was a specific smaller story.
Splice of it.
And because Kingdom Hearts, you have to play Kingdom Hearts 1, then you got to play Chain of Memories, which was a Game Boy Advance game. And then you had to play Birth by Sleep. Then you had to play Kingdom Hearts 2. And then you had to play Kingdom Hearts 2.1, 2.5. Then you had to play Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's not a way to tell a story, man. It's not a way to tell.
It's so much. And you had to play Dream Drop Distance. And I've played all of them. And you had to play the phone game. There's too many segments for how the story is told.
Yes.
And that's why I think 358-2 is so good, because it's not like, if you came into this game and you didn't necessarily know who these characters were, this story is still good. Right. Because you'll learn who these characters are, and then they don't really get fragmented or separated. Right. But if you already know who they are from previous stories, it makes it even better.
100%.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like I agree. It still has a special place in my heart because of when I played. I think it was actually the first PlayStation 2 game I played, because I didn't get my PlayStation 2 until later. But oh boy, it's bad. It's fucking bad.
I feel you, bro. Had a thick ass book though. The book in that game was thick. Straight
the fuck up, dude. It's crazy. Thanks for that question, AB. I love that. I love talking video games. Hey, listen, Mic Check Waifu is an anime podcast. We know that. We might have a little splinter where me and Legal might have a video game podcast, and so it's obviously going to be on there from time to time too. Mm-hmm. But we might have a video game podcast if Legal can get his shit together and become reliable. But stay tuned.
Might be something named like Mic Check Your Console. Mic Check Your... But what can we do?
We'll figure something out. I might even leave the naming convention illegal, because he's good at that shit. He actually named our bonus podcast The After Story. He named that just out of the fucking blue too. Like, damn, man, we should change, because it used to be side tangent again. The Mic Check Waifu bonus podcast used to just be called MCWW Plus. Terrible name, awful name. We didn't know what to call it. We just gave it that. And we were just sitting in Discord one day. We were like, damn, man, what should we name the bonus podcast? Legal was there. He was like, let's call it The After Story. And my mouth fucking dropped. Obviously, y'all know, if y'all know Polo, y'all know Clint Ad is one of his favorite anime of all time. Why am I talking in third person? God, that is narcissistic as fuck. Jesus Christ.
It's not narcissistic if it's an accident.
It was an accident, bro. Y'all know I love Clint Ad. I fucking hate that I just did that. I am over myself. All right, I'm gonna move on. God damn it, man. Shout out to _ Rob J, one of our favorite people, one of our Patreon supporters. You are literally a good friend of ours, and I appreciate you like forever. He asked us a few questions, a plethora, if you will. First question he asked: is the food better in Texas than Ohio? That's a very good question, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't think it's per se better. I haven't had anything as yes, it's different and more. Because I tell you now, I haven't found a fucking pizza place, a good pizza place yet since I've been in this motherfucker. There's something wrong with Texas pizza. These different pizza places that I've been going to has been so bad that I can't even believe it. Like,
you can go down to Shaker,
yes,
and get some bomb pizza.
My God, yes, absolutely. Man, and isn't Antonio's local? Mm-hmm. Antonio's pizza is fucking so good. But I haven't found a good pizza place, but it's more food places than in Ohio.
It's more food. It's food trucks everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. So I mean, food. Ohio got some actually really good pizza. Like, what was it? Barrio. Barrio's so fucking good in Ohio. Like, there's a lot of good places to eat in Ohio.
Ohio has a lot of good like Italian food because a lot of Italian settlers are there. Yeah. So like Shaker has Little Italy over there. So that's why you get a lot of really good Italian food, handmade, all that stuff. Yep. My grandma, who is part Italian, or actually my great grandma, who is Italian, used to get us stuff there all the time. Yeah. So Shaker's really good for Italian food, but then they also got
that's where Kid Cudi from, by the way.
Right. But then in general, we just have really good food, like, you know, we got the po' boy, the Polish boys.
Don't call it a po' boy. That's different.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about this down here, but the Polish boys, bang. Yeah. And you can't really find it here. You can make it yourself, but it's like, why don't y'all have this yet? But I get it.
The problem with Texas is nobody in Texas like coleslaw. So nobody cooks it well now or make it well. Because you don't really cook coleslaw. But let me tell you something, okay? I know most people don't like coleslaw, and that's the fucking meme of the century. I know. I don't like coleslaw. But we're going to explain to you what a Polish boy is. So a Polish boy, imagine getting a Polish sausage, okay? Nice fucking juicy Polish sausage. Pause. You put it on the hot dog bun. First thing you do is you lather some special barbecue sauce. Ohio's barbecue sauce is fucking phenomenal. It's not like phenomenal. It ain't no sweet Bubba Ray's or whatever. It's like all customly made lemon tangy barbecue sauce that's kind of thin but thick enough to not just roll off the Polish boy. Fuck, bro. Good as fuck. You put that on there. Then you put some coleslaw on that. And then you put some more barbecue sauce, a little bit more barbecue sauce. Then you put fries on top of that, and then you put some more barbecue sauce over it. So that is a Polish boy. When I tell you, this fucking sandwich, because a hot dog is a sandwich, is so fucking good. And it's specifically because of that barbecue sauce, the coleslaw, and the fries coming together. Does something crazy.
It's the bun is soft, right?
Yes.
And you bite into it, it's got like a nice little soft feel.
Mm-hmm. The Polish boy, the
Polish
sausage
boy got that snap on it. Mm-hmm. The coleslaw is like a little cold and crunchy, and then you got like hot fries, which are just supposed to be. You want them to be a little crunchy, but like have a nice little crisp to them on the inside. Yep, and that sauce is good. Ugh,
they're always thicker potato fries too. They're not like thin.
Not
McDonald's fries. No, they're like the thick potato fries, like that you would just like cut once and then it's so good.
Hey, yo, for real. And then if you try and eat your Polish boy whole, you gotta have it cut in half, bro. Yes. Like, ain't no way you're gonna be able to eat that whole thing.
Nope, ain't no way.
Remember when Quentin came back to Ohio, that's the first thing he wanted?
Yep, he went to B&M's and got a Polish boy.
Right.
Man, God, I can't wait to go back I'm gonna grab a Polish boy when I get there. So favorite condiment. What's your favorite condiment? Robbie asking the real questions, man. I swear.
These questions. Probably barbecue sauce. I would put barbecue sauce on a lot of things.
I really like peanut butter, bro. Does that count?
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with peanut butter.
Peanut butter is live, man. Good source of protein too.
I put peanut butter in my protein shakes.
Next up, and I'm not speaking in third person for narcissistic reasons. Is Polo going to pick up My Hero manga? If so, 218 is where you want to start. So the anime made me not want to fucking pick up the manga yet because this shit was just so fucking it was something. And it made me want to take a break from My Hero. I do still plan on picking up the manga, but I just need time to get my life together.
Yeah, we did talk about this in the previous episode because that season ending was actually like a breath of fresh air. Like, I was so done with it. But like the manga, bro, this latest chapter in the manga, almost like GB hit me up. He was talking about we should make a space and just talk about this real quick. And I was like, I will, but I'm out. And that chapter was just good. It's just, man.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of good things again. Like Tell said, it was a breath of fresh air to just be done with it because that season was just so much of I just couldn't take anymore. But I do plan on picking it up still. Something about the show, man, it just feels off, but we'll talk about that another time. Okay, he says, what anime character would you trust to get you out of a life or death situation? Anime, Character would I trust?
I'm glad this is anime because it couldn't be Batman in comics. Let you die and then finally take the Joker after you dead already. Who can't be Goku because he's gonna let the planet get blown up and he'll wish you back later.
First, yep.
Yeah, man. Get me out of life or death situation. It's gotta be somebody smart.
I mean, I'm gonna go so generic that it hurts, but I'm gonna just go One Punch Man.
Saitama?
Yeah, let Saitama just take care of the situation, and then I'm good.
Unless you're a low class hero, he's so great.
That's true. Good point.
Oh man, I'm gonna pick. Sheesh, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna pick. I kind of want to pick Kanata because I just like his leading methods.
Okay.
They never died.
No.
And Asher lost his
Nobody even really got hurt.
Yeah.
Except for him.
Yeah. So, Kanata, can I choose that?
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah. Do y'all use the 3-episode rule? Is the Rob J last question.
I feature on the podcast called the 3-episode rule, and no, I don't really follow the 3-episode rule. If I don't like it on the first episode, I'm not gonna watch it if I don't want to. But also sometimes I give stuff like 8 episodes and it's finally good. I
will give stuff as long as I feel like giving stuff. So if it's bad the first 6 episodes, I'll still watch it because I mean, this is not saying that it's bad by any means, but Steins Gate, the first 6 episodes were so slow that it kind of would make you want to drop it. But if you keep watching it, it ended up becoming one of the greatest anime ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, so everything after that makes sense.
Yep, 100% makes sense. Fuck, dude. The last episode is let me not talk. Steins Gate so good. I just love it so much. No, I don't. 3-episode rule is I'm over it. All right, appreciate you. I'm going to go to. Kind of want to skip that one for now because it's a really good question. I think we're going to give it a little bit of time. Hey, we're going to go with Fujimaru TTV, which is Fujimaru. Sorry, my Google. No, Google. Stop, Google. Shut the fuck up, Google.
Whoa.
Fujimaru says follow his Twitch, by the way. He's a streamer, so twitch.tv/Fujimaru. He says, okay, in a fight between Yusuke, Luffy, Naruto, and Inuyasha, who wins? I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna just start with this one. Okay, in a fight between Yusuke, Luffy, Naruto, and Inuyasha, who wins? I'm canceling out Inuyasha. Get your bitch ass out of here. He's gone. Yusuke, I'm sorry, you gotta go. There's no way you're beating any one of these two. And between Luffy and Naruto, I'm going to give it to. Fuck, man, it varies so hard on which Naruto you get, but I'm still probably going to go with Luffy.
I'm gonna say Luffy too, and I only say that because even Naruto with like his Boruto transformation stuff that has been mad talked about.
Yeah.
I feel like what Luffy been going through has been ridiculous. Yeah. I think Naruto faster, but I don't think Naruto can do enough damage to actually put Luffy down.
100%. So, good question. We appreciate you. Make sure y'all follow his Twitch, Fujimaru. Yeah. Those two are going to go together. Okay, so we can actually go with at Strange Keith Concept Moon himself. He says, what's your favorite fall anime season? Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase that because that makes a huge difference. What's your early favorites for fall season? And what's y'all okay, I'll wait. I'll save that.
Oh, we're not gonna do it? We're not gonna answer it?
No, we're gonna answer the second one after we answer the first part.
Okay.
So what's your favorites, early favorites for this fall? Let's try not to go with the continuations.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go with obvious ones like Jobless Reincarnation or 86.
Mm-hmm. Those are continuations. Early favorites.
You go first with this, Polo.
This is tough. This is really, really tough. I'm gonna have to go with Blue Period, and I'm gonna go with just one. No, he said favorites. He said favorites with a plural. Blue Period and Platinum Man, obviously.
Okay.
No, fuck.
This is hard for me.
This is so hard because
all the ones I feel like we watching are good.
So good. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. I'm a rescind the Platinum Man one. I do like Platinum Man, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna go with Blue Period, and I'm gonna go with Banished from the Heroes Party. Yes.
Okay. I like that because it's got like the slice of life element, but like it's also, you know, I'm going to go opposite of Polo because I do really like Blue Period, but I feel like he already chose it, so I ain't gonna go there with that. I'm gonna go with World's Finest Assassin.
Oh, fuck.
And Faraway Paladin.
How can I forget about that one? It's so good.
Yeah.
Those four are our favorites, bro. I'm gonna just let you know that now. Those are so good.
I'm gonna throw in Sakugan too because that's really everything I feel like I'm watching has been really good this season. But
really, really good. And he said, "What's y'all favorites for anime of the year?"
86.
86.
Vivi was up there, but 86 and this continuation has just already been like,
yeah, it's passing Vivi, and you know how we love Vivi, but 86 for sure. To piggyback off of that question, out of the fall anime, which protagonist is your favorite from Ked the Pro? Make sure y'all follow the Chaotic Culture podcast and Ked the Pro himself at chaotic_culture on Twitter. Ked the Pro, what a fantastic question. What are your favorite anime protagonists? I'm going to go with this season, man. I do like Yagaichi from Blue Period. I like him a lot.
You know, funny enough, I don't really like Yagaichi all that much.
What?
Yeah.
He's fucking phenomenal. You are actually insane.
No. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't like him because he reminds me of myself.
Oh, that's probably why I like him so much. Because I like you a lot too.
I don't fuck with him.
Second week in a row, I'm gonna spit my fucking water out. God damn it.
All right. My favorite MC has to be right now. Lou to the day, however you say it, from Finest Assassin.
Oh, he's so good, bro. It's just like Burn Notice, man.
Yeah, he's really good. I like him a lot.
I'm telling y'all, man, y'all gotta watch Burn Notice. I'm gonna do a tweet on my Check White Food podcast Twitter about how this is just fucking Burn Notice in anime form, and I love it so much. It's so fucking good, dude. It's so good. Good choice, bro. Good choice. And the final question, which I feel like is demands a little bit more time, so we're gonna give it the time. I would love to hear. Oh, sorry. This is from Rob, aka the follower of Vash. Dad Needs to Talk. Make sure y'all listen to the Dad Needs to Talk podcast. He covers a lot of manga on a solo dolo. He's a great dude too. He's great. Make sure you follow him. Dad Needs to Talk. He says, I would love to hear individual life goals for both of you are aiming for. And the number 2 is podcast goals. So I'm gonna just lump these two together for me personally.
Gotcha.
The goal that I'm aiming for in life is to make the podcast the life, the work, the job, the life. Like legitimately make this podcast be something that I don't need to worry about anything else anymore. Because this podcast is gonna take care of us. Like that's what I want for my life goals.
Same. that is the goal. I have other ventures in mind. Obviously, people know I work out, personal training. I also would love to open my own gym. I've even thought about if I open my gym, I want to have a separate room in the gym for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have a place to actually do it in our own space and not have to worry about anything.
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff I got going on. But realistically, yes, the podcast being self-sufficient,
yes,
would ultimately be the goal, because then we can just piggyback and add on top of that.
Right. To grow off that single-handedly would be the dream. I also, and for me, my other goal is to get my streaming back. Like, side story, like I was streaming for a very long time.
So excited.
There was a point in my life where I was becoming extremely successful with it, like extremely close to becoming a partner Twitch streamer, and then things took a turn for the worse for me. I was hit with like this crippling depression and anxiety that just didn't bode well for me, which is something that is extremely hard for me to do, because like I do have anxiety and I do have like some depression issues, but I never let it cripple me. It was my goal to never let it cripple me, because like I had a mother who I've seen struggle through probably some of the worst shit you will ever even think about. Obviously, her being a single mother of three kids with pretty much no help was something that I watched her do. So I'm like, man, I can't let depression, I can't let anxiety stop me from being a better me. So I fought through it the hardest I possibly could. But when I was streaming and it hit me, I could not turn on my camera. I could not turn on the stream and just be like, hey, yo, what's up? What's going on? And just be the entertaining dude I was for that long period of time, because it didn't feel good. So I stopped. I lost every piece of momentum I had when I was streaming. Luckily, I still got a decent following, but like a lot of people who watched me back then obviously stopped because I haven't streamed in like consistently in a few years. So I want to get that back going, and I want to make that obviously the main on top of the podcast. So I want to be able to do both simultaneously and make a good living. And I plan on doing that because announcement, I just like by the time you're hearing this, I'm done with work. I don't have a job no more. So I'm about to work on that harder than I ever have. So
I would also like to say, I don't know if Polo even know this, but Polo is my favorite Twitch streamer.
Hey, thank you, sir.
I actually didn't have the Twitch app until Polo was streaming.
Hey, that's dope.
So Polo was the first Twitch stream I ever watched. The first person I ever subscribed to.
One of my first subscribers.
And the first person to ever actually make me want a Twitch stream.
Let's go.
So 100%. Polo for me on the Twitch side, I would love to see him do that again.
I appreciate that, man.
So, and also I'm super proud of him not having a job anymore. Like, I know that sounds mad crazy, but like, it's a huge step in life to just say, you know what, I'm not going to work anymore. At least not work for somebody else where it's not making me feel fulfilled.
Yes. And
take on life directly the way I want to do it, even though he might have depression or anxiety. Those things are hard. And I really don't have those problems. Like I do have a little bit of anxiety, but it's about things I just never done before. And when I become used to doing something, it's gone. Like if I do something 2-3 times, I don't have that anxiety anymore, and everybody doesn't have that luxury. So I just want to say to my brother Polo, I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate that.
You know, keep doing your thing. You really inspire people, bro. Like you really do.
Thank you, man. That means a lot.
That's why you get the love you do.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, speaking of that, my birthday just passed. It was October 14th. Literally I don't ever talk about my birthday. Till is always the one that talks about my birthday for me. And I made sure though, I made it a goal to make sure I said thank you to everybody, every single person that told me happy birthday with a personal message, no generic bullshit. Thank you all so much for giving me all those happy birthdays. Like that shit meant a lot to me, because the way I celebrate my birthday and tell and his wife know this, but they always try, or they did try very, very hard to get me to do something. But I like to celebrate my birthday by myself and just kind of just turn off everything and do what I like to do. Even though they try to throw me a little party and feed me some food. Like I appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting me though. And just thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. I turned 30, so big 3-0. I don't feel it, so I don't plan on acting like it either. But I do appreciate that. Like For real. Thank y'all so much. It do mean a lot to me. All right. And for this final question from Rob, aka Father of Ash, he says, match up 2 people, individuals, or podcasts that you think would be good content collaboration. This could be as simple as I think they would. Oh, this could be as simple as I think they would have a dope conversation and I want to hear it. Man. Two people or do a podcast?
To do a podcast and give like dope information?
Yeah, or just a dope conversation, yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Jay-Z.
2 moguls, huh? Okay.
I feel like them together in a podcast would be mind-blowing.
That's interesting.
Because they're opposites in a lot of ways, but a lot of what they do is very like business oriented in how they carry themselves.
Yeah, they move the same but different. You're right. Very good one. Damn,
Polo would probably be like, let's say Matt Mercer and I'm talking shit, bro.
I to be honest, man, I would. Yes. I would love to have someone who I've known to be doing podcasts since 2016, like my brother. I would like to have him and probably I don't know. I would love to have him do a podcast with us. I'm gonna just say it. Fuck it. And it could be an After Story episode or something. It could be whatever, and just like interview him about his life. Period. I think because every time I talk to him, he drops some shit that'll have you like, damn, you right, you know. And him and my mother, both of them were both telling me, and just to go back to what I was talking about when I quit my job thing, they were both telling me, quit your job, workshop, or do something else, and then do streaming. Pick that up again because you're passionate about it, you're good at it. But when they both talked to me about it was crazy because it was like they were talking to each other, to me, at different. It was so crazy. But I feel like
they was working at parallels.
Even hell, my mom, I will fucking bring her on this, not this podcast, but an After Story episode too, to just talk to her.
Your mom.
She's incredible. And thank God, thank whoever the higher power is. It don't even matter. Whoever that is, and this, I didn't even tell you this till yesterday. Last night, my mom called me at about 11 o'clock. She said, Tajay, which is my real name for those of you who don't know, Tajay, you almost got the worst phone call you ever got in your entire life. I'm like, wait, what? Stood up out of my seat. She said that my sister's tires are so bald on her car. They were driving on the freeway from my auntie house from her baby shower. Okay. They literally spun out on the freeway, okay, with my nephew, my niece, my pregnant sister, and my mom, all in the car. They spun out 3 times. And after that third spin, they literally landed on the shoulder and literally almost lost it. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? She said, yes, we literally just got home. We got off the freeway. We took the roads all the way home. And like you almost got the worst phone call of your life. And when she told me that, I almost cried because
I feel it, bro.
Because that like I wouldn't know what I would do if I lost all of them. Like, and that just one instant, just one blink, they could have been gone. And that shit is, it's tough. It's tough to even think about. But yes. I would just like, I swear, my mom, she is one of the most incredible women I've ever met in my entire life. Like, seriously. And I think everybody should talk to this woman.
Yeah, after this, I'm done gushing over Polo. But I love his mom. His mom has been one of the nicest moms of all my friends to me. His mom was very warm and welcoming to even my family and other friends that we came around with. She was very warm and welcoming to like my wife.
Oh yeah, she loves her to death.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of people just aren't that nice and genuine, but you feel it when you talk to her. She's super nice, super genuine, super loving.
Yeah.
I remember I came over one time while my wife was in boot camp. And she's like, how's Monique doing? And, you know, she was just super nice. She's just, Tajay mom is one of the most genuine, loving people ever.
She's incredible.
Yeah. And his whole family is though, right? Like we done talked about it before, but like his sister, super loving, super genuine. She's straight up front with you.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter what it is. Javon drops mad knowledge. Always been super cool, super dope. Just people you would wish nothing but success for. They're all awesome people.
Yeah, man, that'll be a great podcast just to have us all on it. That's weird.
It's the Ye family.
The Ye family. Oh, that's crazy. The Ye family. That'll be a podcast episode for your ass right there.
For sure.
For those of you that aren't aware, again, my name is Tajay, so my family will call me Ye. So it'll be the Ye family podcast. That's funny. I like that. Thank you so much for that, Rob. That's a dope question. How long have we been going? No fucking way does that say what I think it said. 50 minutes? Holy shit. 50 minutes.
Last week, we was talking about Polo and this being a podcast. I'm like, this is an anime podcast. Polo like, no, this is a podcast.
This is a podcast. I forgot to have. Yo, I cut out so much of that episode, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, I cut out a lot of shit.
Oh, I gotta go back and listen to it. Ain't no way.
I cut out a lot of shit. A lot.
Uncle Ye just be cutting shit out.
That's funny because that's what my nieces and nephew call me too. Yeah, I cut out so much shit when I think about it. I can't believe we've been going 50 minutes because I don't even feel like it.
We've just been chilling, bro.
All right, man. Hey, should we get to know my check waifu, or we still got something else we want to discuss?
Let's do it. We can get into the spoiler talk soon. Or what? Let's do Blue Period before we get into spoiler talk.
No, Blue Period.
Yeah, we said we weren't gonna spoil it.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna spoil Blue Period. So this is what we decided to do. Hear me out. Here's the deal. So Blue Period is actually coming out on Netflix week by week, which is extremely interesting because they don't do that. But it's coming out week by week, and it's about 2 episodes behind every other anime right now. So we're not going to discuss spoilers for Blue Period, but we are going to discuss we can't even discuss it. Can we? We can still do that, right?
Well,
you think? Well,
no. I guess really we can't because it's.
Well, you could say what you was going to say earlier that we talked about before we started recording.
Well, basically, my idea, I'll just say this. Basically, my feeling of Blue Period, especially as we get deeper into the episodes, is like this most current episode felt just like being in art college, right? Being in college for art. Because the mix and variety of students, how they approach different art styles or even the same art style, all of it feels contextually right. Like it felt very accurate to being in an art school. And they talked about a couple of things that made me actually decide I didn't want to do art for a degree anymore, right? Because one thing they talked about was cram art or exam art. And that's something that I don't really vibe with. And basically the idea of that is just think of, I go to school, you tell me to draw this person, right? And I just draw them as they are in front of me. But like as an artist, I might see this person, but I want to add some flair to this person, like where it's surreal or different, right? This person isn't just a person. This person looks angelic to me because she or he is beautiful. So I add wings or something like that. And in exam art, that is not acceptable. I asked you to draw this, and this is all you can put to paper. Right. Or I gave you these outlines, said that these are not necessarily the rules, but if I extend out of those, it becomes now not necessarily good artwork, or at least via the professor. Whereas like your peers might say, this is the best thing I've seen ever. Right. And I've gotten that a lot in art school where people were like, I can't believe you're so talented. I can't believe you're so good at this. It actually made me put down my pen when like my professors were like, this is B work. But all of my peers were like, you know, they were like, this is amazing. Like, I can't believe you drew this. Right. And we're all doing this at the same time.
Can I interject real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm going to just say this. I think the concept of art school is the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Like to call something an art school, something that has to be graded by somebody who's seen something supposedly objectively, is weird as fuck to me. Like, yo, art, to pay somebody to teach me or to grade what I consider my art. Like, I can't. I'm gonna say I can't draw. Fuck, I can't even write neat. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a lefty that don't write neat. You know what I'm saying? You know, those are rare. But if I draw something and that shit, I think that shit is incredible, and Tell think it's incredible, I'm not about to pay a motherfucking teacher to say, yeah, this is not what the assignment was though, Tajay. So I'm gonna need you to redraw. Like, no, fuck you. Like, this is my art. This is what I just wanted to do to express myself. I think the concept of art is art school is bullshit. Not the concept of art. I just wanted to say
I
that.
agree. Like, you're supposed to be in art school to expand your knowledge, right? And that's what I'm going to say the first few episodes felt like. Our main character was having his knowledge expanded.
Don't even go into any more about the show.
But you get what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Incredible. It's an incredible show though, because it discusses all of that. It touches on all of that. And the feelings and emotions that they share and spill is great. It's great. It's a great show. So we won't talk about Blue Period probably until it's done. Unfortunately, I believe it's a 12 episode series.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Oh, it doesn't even have an episode end. So,
it doesn't. No.
So it might be 24. Shit. We'll talk about it when there's an episode that's caught up with Netflix, I guess. So we're doing that for you, Crystal. And now, this is part of the podcast where you get to know Mic Check, Waifu. In episode 122, we have a list of questions that we just kind of randomly threw together. They have some anime questions. They don't have anime questions. They have life questions. They have whatever you want. But we use that to get to know us. One of us rolls a random number generator, and the other reads the question associated with that random number. And we discuss it right here for your listening pleasure. Anyway, Tell, I'm going to roll the random number generator. You're going to read the question. How many numbers is in this question sheet?
There are 63.
63. All right. We are now going to swing golf club 63. The number is 57. 57. 57.
Question number 53 is Polo's
57.
Wild, bro.
It's 57.
57 is, what 3 things do you think of the most each day?
I feel like we answered this question already and didn't delete it probably. What are the 3 things I think about most each day? My dog. My dog. And food. Tell's about to be a lot more serious.
My wife. My kids.
Polo's dog. All right, let's.
I mean, that's close. My wife, my kids, and I don't know. Right now, probably working out.
Okay, all right, I like that.
I be home like, working out. Just got my little gorilla bow.
I got what did you talk about, the rubber bands?
Yeah, so I'll put it on screen in a minute, but it's literally a bow and it's got bands on it, and you use the bands against your body to like work out. Got it.
Hold on, pause. I'm
gonna bring mine to the screen. All right, look. So Polo going to go grab something. I think he might be grabbing what I have, but basically the gorilla bow is just like, imagine like a barbell, and you strap bands to it and you do all kind of stuff with it.
So I have the resistant band thing. You stand on these where there's 3 different resistances that you could use.
Okay. Yeah, so that's TRX.
Yeah, I got that. So this is what I use.
Let me tell you.
Just go get it. I'm gonna feel the time now. This is the first time I've ever felt the time before. Hi guys, my name is Tajay. I'm 30 years old. I was born October 14th, 1991 in Cleveland, Ohio. I was 8 pounds. I was an 8-pound baby. Oh shit! He brought a fucking. Oh,
so
damn.
it's like an actual boat, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to squat, I stand on this, put this on my shoulders, and squat. If
That's
I want to,
legit.
yeah, I can put this on my back, and I can just push forward, and it's like I'm doing a bench press.
Y'all gonna have to watch the video.
And curl.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely. Oh, okay. So you got the 3 resistances too, and you can take it off to make it a little easier.
No, I have like 8 bands, bro.
Oh shit!
But it has, so like what I do is, because each band is different, right? Like this band is like 90 pounds.
Yeah, that's the same with mine. Okay.
This band is like 70 pounds, something like that.
Yeah.
So I got like 8 bands, and basically you can double them up. So like if I had an 80 and a 90, I step on both of these, and now
Yeah.
So I got all these. I just do all of the bands.
Oh, that's live. That's live as fuck.
But yeah, I love this thing, both myself and Monique.
I love that. That's incredible. Yeah. What song am I gonna use? I don't know what song I'm gonna use. But this is the part where we take a break. When we come back, we're gonna discuss spoilers for Jobless Reincarnation. We're gonna start off with 86. I think that's all we're gonna spoil this week. Yeah. I think that about wraps it up for the spoilers. So Jobless Reincarnation and 86 are the 2 shows we're going to spoil. Probably starting with 86 first. And that's for you, Father of Ash. Rob, because I can't wait to talk about that shit. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and rock out to these smooth tones brought to you by
Polo, Porn Fly.
You just messed it up. I did it on my own echo and everything. You just fucked it all up.
You have an echo button. Okay, it ain't as smooth.
You're right. We'll be right back after this. welcome back to Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu. And Lou LudeComplex.com. Make sure y'all check out Lude Complex and use the offer code WIFU to save on your entire card. They just dropped some ill shit. Actually, you know what? I'm about to take the second to announce what that ill shit is. It's the Lude Complex cross Fake Nerd collaboration that is absolutely beautiful. Like, I don't know if y'all like I don't know if y'all like Lude stuff or edgy stuff, but y'all know that's our shit. We don't give a fuck. Right. I would put on a Lude Complex shirt in a heartbeat and wear it out like it's nothing. Like my hentai hoodie, my hentai camouflage hoodie I got, it has like what quote unquote is the Adidas logo, but it's actually hentai tentacles, and it says hentai across the bottom of it. Love that hoodie so much. I love the stares I get when I wear it. But these hoodies that a Lude Complex cross Fake Nerd have right now are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So check that out. LudeComplex.com. Use that offer code WIFU to save on your entire cart, by the way. All right. This is the spoiler half of the show where we discuss shows that we hope you all are watching with us, and so we could discuss it in grave detail. Spoilers and all. The first show we're going to start off with tonight is 86, man. 86 is one of, it's easily, let me just take a look at something. What the fuck is my top 5? Is 86 in my top 5 now? I don't know. I got to see how it ends first, so I'm not going to make that claim here yet. But looking at my top 5 on AniList.co/PoloBornFly, ooh, that's going to be a tough top 5 to crack. I'm not going to hold you. It might even be impossible to crack this top 5 because number 5 is Asher Lost in Space. So, shit. All right, well, 86 is number 6. But, yeah, this episode of 86 was, it was great. It was just great.
It was great. I feel like they're leaving us with so much suspense, though. Like they're doing it on purpose. Like one of these episodes, and they go back to the female character, the captain.
Yeah,
that is gonna be something dark. I don't know if it's gonna be dark, but I feel like they leading us with so much suspense. They letting it build up, and not telling us. Like normally, they deviated from the normal transitions,
the half and halves.
And I can't be mad because it's a beautiful tactic. It's beautiful. It's genius.
Absolutely genius. That is the perfect term to describe this episode. Now, obviously they did the military thing, so it was a slight time skip.
What, 6 months, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Which they do a good job of letting us know. But it feels good. Like they went through quote unquote training, but then they got pushed into the experimental branch where they basically get to use their 86 machines. I don't know what the fuck they call them. Drones? What do they call them? I forget what they call them.
Kyokaisen, something like that.
Yeah, that's what the Federation called them, but the Republic called them something. But yeah, they get to use their machines basically. Yeah. And the only person we see using their machine is the Reaper himself, Shin. So, man. I don't know why this feels like a season 2. It's not. It's just part 2 of season 1, which is fucking baffling to me. Mm-hmm. Because it's so good. It's so it's so good and separate. And do you think? Side note. Do you think this would be bad if you binge it?
No, I think if you binge it, you might cry.
Yeah. I just think I thought maybe it'd be a little jarring, but I guess it wouldn't be.
No, because you when you get that split, right? Mm-hmm. Essentially, it doesn't really give you much of a time skip in between that split. It goes right to what happened after that.
No, it doesn't though, because the major was demoted. Mm-hmm. She has that red streak in her hair. We don't know why yet. And then it goes back to the 86.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like the 86, what happened with them was almost instant though, because like they got to that fight, they died, or we thought they died, and then they were saved.
Right.
That couldn't have been longer than a week at most.
Right. Good point.
The major situation is probably different because
actually it is different if I remember correctly, because the date at the bottom was different.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, this show is so good, bro. It's so good. It doesn't tell us a sequential like story, and I keep forgetting that that's this story. That's this show's storytelling method, and it's done so well because
it's relevant.
It's so relevant, bro. It's so fucking relevant and just powerful. It's really, 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 really powerful. I am blown away. I just blew my own mind with that shit. Remembering the fact that the major shit is like a little bit in the future compared to where the 86 is right now.
Right.
Crazy. And 86 is right now catching up to probably where the major is, right? Bro.
And then that's when things go, because that's what I said. That's why they didn't do the last 2 episodes. The first episodes that they did not do that like split on.
Yeah, because it's catching up now. Fucking crazy, bro. Fido's back.
Oh, that whole little memorial they made.
Yes.
So it was cool to see. So like it kind of gets, so they said that they're not winning the war, right? It doesn't feel like they're winning because they're losing units. Mm-hmm. But they showed us a portion where they found them essentially, right? Mm-hmm. And that where they thought they were dying at, and have it memorialized now. Beautiful. But also this land is now free of the invaders, essentially.
Legion, yes. So good.
The Legion. So now we have that, we understand that even though they feel like they're not winning, that they've actually made ground, you know? And this is as this country is fighting as a unit together, not just the 86 fighting by themselves, right. You know?
You enlist voluntarily. Mm-hmm. Ugh, bro, the fucking,
It was also nice, and I don't want to say this is nice, but it was nice to see the difference, right? That even though they are in a country that is more free, everyone is kind of doing whatever they wanted to do, that even in this free country, people who see them as what they were brought up as, see them as monsters sometimes because of how they are, how they act, how they react. They have this, essentially, they grew up with this trauma of having to fight on the battlefild and knowing they were going to die their entire life. And I don't want to necessarily relate this to like the Black community, but that's kind of what it is. They call them monsters because all they know is how to fight and survive.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you put anyone in that circumstance, that's what they become. They become a survivor, not necessarily a person anymore. They are a person, but they're a survivor. That's their instinct now.
Right.
And 86 does a really good job of demonstrating that our characters, even though like Shin is the least, I'm not going to say he's the least human, but he's the least emotionally involved of all of our 86.
Yeah.
And shows the least human qualities, but he does still have very human qualities in him. Like when he saw Fido and whatnot, the difference that these characters show in certain situations is amazing because they're extremely relevant to someone in their situation.
Yeah. So you to piggyback off of what you just said, Shin shows the most monster-like emotion, which is no emotion whatsoever. Because guess what? He's seen all of this shit before, probably to the extent quadruply times quintillion million times what everybody have seen. So
all those names on that list, bro.
All of those names on the list, he fucking killed essentially. When you think about it, right? Like he killed them with his fucking scythe, essentially that pistol. So like it is so wonderfully constructed to see how they depict someone who with so much trauma, who literally has to have no emotion because of the job he has to do on the battlefield for the others to help them move on, i.e. Eugene. Seeing that part, bro.
He had to do it in this episode.
He had to do it in this episode, and it fucking just...
The lack of understanding that the characters around them have, right?
It's so good. It's so good.
Because even he had to grow up in this.
Yep.
And they don't even understand that he can hear the voices of the Legion.
Yep. When he stood up in that lunch table. Oh, bro.
Told them the Legion's on their way. They don't understand what he's going through. They have no idea. Mm-hmm. And that's why.
Not gonna hold you though, Eugene, predictable as fuck. Like I just 100%.
They knew it was coming. The way they gave his whole story.
That's why. But that's why they didn't show how he died. They just showed him dead. Like the death signals was there, but the way they did it was well done.
Yes. That shit was sad though.
It was very sad. Still,
his sister. Come on, bro. Come on. But this is This is one of the first white-haired characters that they showed dying or through a battle, because in the world they were in before, this was not a thing.
No,
I don't mean world, but in the situation they were in before, this was not a thing. It was only the 86.
Oh my God, it's so good. I'm getting fucking hit with just shit after you just said that. So Eugene is a Republican basically. And that is so fucking crazy to see the split between the Republic and the Federation. How the Federation, Eugene just didn't have any money. His family didn't grow with money. So guess what? He was in poverty. You know what I'm trying to say. He was just basically in poverty the entire time. He's basically a quote unquote Republican. Like,
he did this for money,
bruh. Listen, he did it for money. He needed money. He was poor. But if he was in the Republic, he would be well off, taken care of, fucking baby, bottle fed, whatever you want to call it. He would be that if he was just there. And to see the opposite being done to him in this situation, to where he was, bro, it's so good. 86 is so fucking good. My mind is just blown. I just thought of that just now. I didn't even put that together until you mentioned his hair being white. Like, obviously I noticed, but it's just the parallels between the Federation and the Republic is so fucking crazy. It's so crazy.
And very much so quality of anime of the year.
And it's on purpose. It's on purpose. They did that shit on purpose.
It's so good. They out here fucking with us, bro. They fucking with us.
Straight up, man. Blowing my fucking mind. But only us will realize this shit this deeply, right? Like, nobody else is gonna be thinking about that.
Nah, all our listeners who came this far, they knew.
They knew.
They were paying attention.
Straight up. I fucking love it, man. I love 86 so much. It's definitely anime of the year for 2021. We're gonna have to get Lee on that banner before the year is up.
I'm telling you, bro.
We still got winter, but I don't know if anything has 86. I'm gonna be real with you.
Not like this. I mean, we'll check eventually.
Maybe. What if part 2 of Remake Our Life come this winter and it just fucking bangs, bro?
What? Come on, bro. Don't do me like that.
Man, the problem is man, there's no bad anime seasons, bro. You just gotta find what you like. Don't watch what you don't.
Facts.
All right. What next up is Jobless Reincarnation, bro. I just love this show still. All right, but when I tell you this episode frustrated the hell out of me. Like, frustration beyond frustrations, bro.
But what about it frustrated you?
Every fucking thing. Like, the fact that he had to even think about saving these people. The fact that he was even scared with his new eye, his actual ability that he has as like a mage. He's like, maybe he doesn't know it yet fully, but he's like almost god tier level mage.
Right.
The way he combined his abilities with science, like he can beat pretty much anybody if he was to try, but it's just a regular human in him. It's his past life in him that's holding him back, and it's frustrating the hell out of me.
And I was thinking the same thing, right? Like, he could have made a small little fire.
He could have did everything
and cut his way out. There's he had a lot of options, and he didn't do it.
His past life is holding him back, bro.
I think probably, but I also think that he was trying to buy time,
right?
And that's what ultimately held him back. That buying time, trying to see what he could get away with, and if he could be seen as viewed as good and not just break out and do bad things.
I don't know about that one. No, I do think that it's his life. He's worried about himself. He's being selfish, essentially. Like, can I beat this guy? After he saw what that guy could do to these animal people who look like they can hold their own. After he saw what that guy could do, because this guy is the North Star, he's a problem, he's a fucking force in this world. He was stricken with fear because in his past life he wouldn't shit. And I do think that's the reason, like, yo, should I do this or should I just get the fuck out of here? I can get the fuck out of here. I can move really fast and just escape. Or should I try to save these people so they can owe me? And I do think him being stricken with fear because of his past life is what stopped him. But when he got active, bro. He knew exactly what the fuck to do, and he did it. But the whole episode was him cowering in fear essentially before, making that decision. That kind of frustrated me a little bit.
And enjoying being naked. He enjoyed it.
Yeah, that part was funny as fuck too. Yo, I was crying at that entire time. He just was chilling, getting used to it, still being a perv as usual.
That's true.
I love it, man. I love that, the fact that it make me feel those emotions.
I think that I agree, because I like I said, last episode was really frustrating me too, because I just felt like there's no way it should have went that easy for him.
Yeah.
But I guess with a character like him, you got to nerf him. I just wish they did it a better way. You
think it was a nerf?
Him cowering in fear. I feel like he's done. And no, he hasn't necessarily fought very strong enemy, but he's been fighting. He's been fighting, I guess, Ruger, who he knows is strong. You feel like he has a little bit more confidence in himself.
That's just training, though. We talking life.
This is like death. A real situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm just.
That's where that. Because again, the only other fight he had was the one where what's her name had to come save him, the muscly chick.
Yeah.
When he was saving Ares, that was him. The only other fight he's ever really been into. Like the only real fight he's been into. So you think about it, he doesn't have the combat experience. He's been training a lot.
Yeah. And he has the power. And he just ain't.
Exactly right. He just haven't been able to utilize it yet, which is, I guess, technically, again, this is still season 1, so he's still coming into it. But
he used that eye pretty well.
Yeah, he did.
Because I would assume this dude, the North Star Saint dude, is probably on a level of Ruger, right?
Yes.
Not like, so because he took out several of the beast dudes, even the beast dude that looked pretty frightening.
Yeah.
And
got the animation though. Sorry.
He was able to see. You said what?
The animation though. Whew.
Yeah. He was able to see his movements. And even though he got caught with like attacks still, he was able to see them before they came and kind of like try and predict what happened.
Right.
So it does show that he's getting active with his abilities. He just got to get better. He's still a child, essentially. What is he, 11, 13?
No, 11.
I think 13 is adulthood in this anime.
Yeah. So he's 11 or something. I think he's 11. Point being, it's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling if you binge this one, it'll feel a lot better.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think 86 will binge well. It's just
no. I mean, I agree. Yeah, but this one, I think still binges. Like it'll be because it just yeah, man. It'll binge so much. I think it even binge better than 86.
Yeah,
because it's just bang bang. You ain't got to wait for that or whatever. Very interesting show.
Did we ever check out the dub of 86? By the way. I know this ain't the 86 part, but
no, there's a dub of 86.
Is there? Is there not?
I don't think so.
Maybe we talked about this before, and I'm just tripping.
Let's find out.
No, that's not a dub. It's
okay.
A dub yet.
Okay, I'm about to say they should.
That's what'll hold it back if it don't get anime of the year.
True. Man. Anyway, yeah. I guess that's it, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's a wrap.
All right. So we just finished talking about Jobless Reincarnation. Let us know what you think about the anime. Is it more bingeable than 86? But also 86 is probably going to be Mic Check Waifu's anime of the year. It's just been hitting hard, man. We had a break with our curated song by Polo Born Fly himself,
yes,
best DJ in the anime game. We also had a bunch of great questions before we got to know Mic Check Waifu. We had which MC, when MCs die, is it getting boring? Perfect games for us. It was Ghost of Tsushima. And then Kingdom Hearts 358/2 for me. We also had Texas versus Ohio food. Which one is better to us? We like them both, but different. We also were asked if we do the 3-episode rule, what our favorite fall MCs, and then, life goals that got to do with the podcast and everything like that. Thanks a lot for those questions. We also talked about, a little bit about anxiety, touched on that a little bit. And then episodes of the week was mine was Sakugan and Polo's was Komi Can't Communicate. And then we also wanted to say we love and appreciate all of our Patreon subscribers and thanks for supporting us. That's been episode 122 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Taliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
And that echo was perfection.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.